Celtic's midweek defeat in Inverness handed Rangers the title initiative. They planned to make the most of it against Hearts at Ibrox, especially with a new owner in the building. Craig White's takeover had finally been completed and he wanted to see Rangers take another step towards the title after last weekend's demolition of Motherwell.
I just wanna make you sweat.
It's another fabulous goal from Steven Naismith.
Rangers manager Walter Smith said same again to the players who put 5 goals past Motherwell last weekend. Not that he's spoilt for other options. Hearts drafted in David Obua and Ryan McGowan. Stephen Elliott dropped to the bench. Skipper Marius Zaliukas was left out, apparently at the request of owner Vladimir Romanov. At Ibrox was Liam McLeod.
Naismith and Jelavic. That's good from the Croatian. We had plenty of the goal to aim at. He's just put this wide under pressure. What a ball that is from Obua. Whittaker misjudged it. Templeton, who started the game well, turning Bugera inside out. Well, that must have just about shaved the post from David Templeton. He's a total live wire. Well, that's unlucky. Davis. He's found Jelavic, takes it down. 1-0. Things were just starting to get nervy inside Ibrox. Onside Jelavic. He's calmed the nerves. McDonald couldn't keep it out. It went right through him, really. And Jelavic scores again. Oh, Edu misjudged that. Palazuelos has it. That's strong, though, from Edu to win it back. Edu in. Jelavic went down. There's a shout for a penalty here. The challenge came from Adrian Mirovic. With Craig Thompson to deliver. Edu clears. That's Ian Black. Oh, McGregor spilt it. He gathers it the second time of asking. It's good effort from Black. Davis. Whittaker on the overlap. Rangers going straight up the other end of the park here. Naismith misses. Wild. Lafferty. 2-0. 4 minutes from the break. Naismith was in an offside position there when Whittaker played it across. He didn't touch it. Hearts will argue that he was in play, though, and interfering with play. Lafferty didn't care. He smashed it past Jamie McDonald. Greg Wild. That's taken a deflection. And Stephen Davis has Rangers third. Right on half-time. The cross did take a touch in its way through. Davis gleefully at the end of it. Hearts haven't won here since 2004. John Robertson was the manager. Joe Hamill the match winner. That was Jonsson on Jelavic. It was a bad challenge. And now it's beginning to kick off. Edu getting involved as well with the shove on Jonsson. Nikita Jelavic suffered a terrible injury against Hearts at Tynecastle earlier in the season. That was Ian Black that day. It's Jonsson on this occasion, and he's off. You could see from the reaction of Egert Jonsson, he clearly feels he shouldn't have been red carded. Naismith booked. Edu is the other Rangers player to be yellow carded. It's Lafferty. The 1-2 with the sub Juve. Papac. Rangers looking for another. Naismith. Woodwork. And then over from Wild. Naismith got a couple against Motherwell last weekend. Everyone else who scored against Motherwell last weekend scored today as well. More height than distance from Black in the clearance. Whittaker Lafferty. Oh, it's spilt by McDonald. Juve. Rangers looking for a fourth and they've got it. It's off Ryan Stevenson. Juve taking some of the credit. Jamie McDonald spilt that shot from Kyle Lafferty. He's had a day to forget, the Hearts keeper. And that makeshift Jambo's defence couldn't deal with it. No Marius Zaljukas for whatever reason in that Hearts rear guard. Juve against Thompson. He's hung it up to the back post. Palazuelos only half away. Bugera. Still Hearts can't clear it. Whittaker. Healy. And it's the other post. Naismith denied by McDonald's right hand woodwork earlier on. Healy the left here.
Pretty impressive stuff from Rangers. 5-0 last weekend, 4-0 it was yesterday. Did the completion of the takeover have an impact, maybe indirectly, on the players? Because obviously the supporters are relieved that it's gone through. Does that transmit to the pitch?
I think that's the only thing you could say. I think the players, I don't think it would have given them a lift. I think they had to concentrate on the job in hand yesterday, handle the pressure situation. They did that, they got the goals. I think it would have given the fans a lift. And when the fans get a lift, they probably sing more. There's a better atmosphere. And I think you're right, that translated onto the pitch. And that's why it helped Rangers players give a really good performance.
Are you convinced that Craig White is the right man to drive Rangers on?
Well, we're all guessing, let's be honest. The one thing I would say, he's put money up front and I think he's paid handsomely for the club. Probably maybe over the odds, to be honest with you. So there's money there and he's put it forward and he's put his money where his mouth is. I think the only thing that'll answer that question, Rob, is if he sustains it over the years. If the money stops, the fans will let him know about it. But he's paid money, he's paid well for it, he's got to sustain it in the years to come. Because
there's been talk of £5 million a season. I mean, that's not going to make a big difference, is it?
They were saying that the £5 million will be for transfers and maybe it won't go to the players' wages, which is a bonus. Plus they said, I think the first year they were talking about giving them maybe an extra £10–15 million. So that would be a lot, but if you count £5 million in the years to come, that's buying players, which will not be a lot to buy these days, but also the players' wages, it isn't a lot. But I think if he sustains it and puts the money up front, gets a good squad together, I think £5 million to buy players, you could do quite well in that.
On to yesterday's game, Jim Jeffries was querying whether the opening goal from Jelavic should have stood, and I think we can prove conclusively that the decision was the right one. It
was probably half a yard onside. When we see it, Jamie McDonald will not like to see that. He was beaten by power, but he's a really good goalkeeper. I had him at Queen of the South, but when you stop it here, he's half a yard on. Jim had a go earlier on the season. I think it was a Celtic game as well when he wasn't happy with a couple of offside decisions. But Jim, in hindsight, will look at it. He's a good man and an honest man. He'll say, yeah, it was on. He'll just take it in the chin.
We've spoken lots this season about Alan McGregor, the Rangers goalkeeper, making key saves at key times in games. He did so again against Hearts, and really impressive from this was his throw-out, which immediately sparked Rangers' second goal.
Well, it was everything, because it was a great strike from Ian Black. There was also a deflection from Stephen Naismith. His reaction was good, his throw-out was good, and then he got up the park and the ball's in the net. And this is... Celtic struggled a little bit today to kill off the game. This really killed off the game. 1-0 up, get to a certain situation, 16, 17, 18, 19 seconds it's in the net after the great save of McGregor. It was a big turning point in the game. A lot of people said it was offside. I think Liam in commentary, if you look at the shades in the grass, I'm not so sure that's offside. I think they're in line, and that means he doesn't. He didn't get a touch on it anyway. Really good finish from Lafferty, but it definitely changed the game and made Rangers comfortable and probably less nervous.
What probably didn't change the game was the sending off of Egert Jonsson, because Rangers were well ahead at the time. But could this possibly be a red card?
It's never a red card. And Jelavic is coming back into him. If you see there, he's waiting for the challenge. Jonsson's already committed. Yeah, he catches him, the studs are not even up. It's a yellow card, but Ian Brines, who's had a decent season, he's struggled in the past, he's had a decent season, Ian Brines, I think he's got that one completely wrong.
It was Morawiecz and Egert Jonsson in central defence. No Marius Zaliukas, not Jim Jeffries' decision, we hear. It came from the Lithuania region. Hearts fans will hope we're not getting back to the times where the owner is dictating team policy.
Well, I hope we're not getting back to that, so I can only imagine how the Hearts fans feel. Any time he's got involved, he's done it with Kello, now he's done it with Zaliukas, and they don't play. Hearts seem to nosedive and they dip in form, so when Mr Romanov gets involved, things go down the way. That's why he should stay away.